In this lesson, we're going to talk about scale degrees and how they relate to the major and minor scales we've been learning about so far. First thing you need to know is that scale degrees refers to the steps of your scale. So for example, every note that you have in your scale is a different scale degree ranging from 1 to 8. So scale degrees in scales have different names, such as supertonic, tonic, mediant, so on and so forth, and we're going to learn about each of these. Your first scale degree in any scale is called the tonic, and if you were to write it represented by a number, you would write a 1 with that symbol on top of it. That's going to indicate that you are talking about a scale degree. Next we have the supertonic. That's going to be our second scale degree. Then we have the mediant. It's our third step of the scale. So it's our third scale degree. Next we have the subdominant. It's the fourth step of our scale, so it's our fourth scale degree. The dominant is the fifth scale degree. The submediant is the sixth scale degree. The subtonic, or sometimes it's called the leading tone, is the seventh scale degree. And then that brings us back to the tonic, and sometimes we'll write that as the eighth scale degree, and sometimes we'll write it as the first scale degree again. So it could be 8 or 1. It really depends on the context of your piece. Alright, so you can use your knowledge of scale degrees to more easily and efficiently draw your minor scales correctly with the correct accidentals. So we're using A natural minor because that one so far has no accidentals in it, and we're going to add some to make it harmonic or melodic. So the thing that's going to make this scale turn from natural minor to a harmonic minor scale is going to be when you raise the seventh scale degree. So in natural minor, the seventh scale degree is called the subtonic, and it's a whole step away from your tonic. When you're dealing with harmonic minor, you raise that seventh scale degree up a half step. In this case, we add a sharp. And now the distance between your seventh scale degree and your eighth scale degree is only a half step, and that's called the leading tone. So the subtonic is only ever going to happen within a natural minor scale, and all other scales you're going to be using the leading tone. Now we're going to take this A natural minor scale and make it a melodic minor scale. So as we started, the A natural minor scale has no sharps or flats or any changed notes at all. And to make it a melodic minor scale, all you have to do is raise the sixth and seventh scale degrees by a half step. For this particular scale, you can use a sharp sign to make that work. So we'll add a sharp sign to the sixth scale degree and a sharp sign to the seventh scale degree. Now it changes the pattern of half steps and whole steps to fit the correct pattern for a melodic minor scale, and you're good to go. So all we had to do there was raise the sixth and seventh scale degree. Remember, for harmonic minor, all you have to raise is the seventh scale degree. This can work for any scale that you build, and occasionally if you have a scale that's based around flat keys, rather than using a sharp, you may end up using a natural sign, but it's the same effect. Moving from a flat note to a natural note is the same as moving from a natural note to a sharp note. They're both moving up by a half step. Now we're going to talk about one more thing involving the melodic minor scale. As we talked about before, to make your scale melodic minor, you have to raise the sixth scale degree and the seventh scale degree like we have here. However, on the way back down, the descending portion of your melodic minor scale, it's actually going to look exactly like a natural minor scale. So you would have to lower your seventh scale degree back down and lower your sixth scale degree back down.